Hello and welcome to WJTS Inform. We continue to meet candidates, and this time we're going to meet a candidate who is running in the primary, and he is running against the incumbent. This is Andrew McNeil, and Andrew is running for the U.S. Congress District 8. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you here. Now, first of all, let's start off by finding out who is Andrew McNeil.
Well, Bill, I'm a 40-year-old father of 7 kids. My oldest is 19 years old, newly married. Expecting my first grandbaby in May. And the youngest is a year old, baby Grace, 4 girls and 3 boys. I am just finished up 16 years as a territory manager for a coffee company. And so I've traveled all over the southern half of the state, building long-term relationships with customers, and I just stepped away from my job to run for this for full time. So,
Well, now, why would you want to run for Congress? What made you decide I'm going to run for office?
well, that's funny you should ask that. It kind of ties into having 7 kids and loving this country and caring about America, and 17 trillion in debt. A lot of issues facing us nationally, and it doesn't seem like our party, being a Republican, our party's doing much about that. A real lack of leadership at the national level, and so it's really, really concerning what kind of a country we're going to leave our children and grandchildren. So.
Now, here's kind of a wide open question, and I'll let you deal with this however you'd like. What do you think are issues or concerns that you feel very important need to be addressed, and how would you address those if you were elected to Congress?
Well, I've been telling people all over the campaign trail some of the big issues that separate me from my opponent is, number one, I will not vote for a budget that isn't balanced. We have, like I said, 17 trillion in debt. The federal government collects 2 trillion every year in taxes, and they need an additional 1 trillion, they say, to live on. So I will not vote for a budget that isn't balanced. It's critical that we balance our budget. It's critical we don't raise the debt ceiling any higher than we are at right now. I will also support defunding as well as repealing Obamacare. It's destroying small businesses everywhere. I actually ran into a private physical therapist down in Newburgh who was celebrating his last day in business. He'd been in business for almost 30 years, and Obamacare wrote him out of existence. So it's a devastating thing. Repealing it's great, but that's not going to happen until we get changes in leadership. Defunding is something that could have happened in the last 3 years, and something that I strongly support.
Okay. Are there other issues? What about things that are happening with our foreign policy? Any of that you feel that you should do something with?
Well, America right now is projecting weakness. We are trying to downsize the U.S. military, and that is just the wrong way to go in a dangerous world. Weakness is provocative, and that is of serious concern. We cannot allow that to happen. I think that one of the big issues for the 8th District right now, everywhere I go, is the EPA's regulations on coal. And I am running on a platform of defunding and getting rid of the EPA completely. Actually, I think these regulations are best handled by the state, and that's what I will push hard for. So.
Now, to maybe find out a little bit more about yourself, but you seem like a really nice, normal person, which I guess I judge normal by me. I'm afraid that when people go to Washington, they get changed. Does that concern you?
Yeah, what people need to know about me is, I was homeschooled. I did attend a semester at Huntington University before I returned home to get married and raise a family, which was really all I've ever wanted. I homeschool my kids. I've kind of always been outside of the system. So I've got a very strong family support structure that would, frankly, they would kick my butt if I ever started going back on my word and not being the man that I say that I am. So.
Okay, well, now I'm going to let you say any kind of closing comments, anything you'd like to say to the viewers that are watching.
Well, I am running for Indiana's 8th Congressional District, and I'm appealing to all Republicans that if you want someone who's going to have a backbone and bring Hoosier common sense to Washington, someone who will buck party pressure, then you're going to want to vote for me. You're going to want someone that's going to push for real reforms. If you want someone who's been titled Boehner's bootlicker, someone who has done only what the party's told him to do, then you're going to want to vote for my opponent. So I'm asking for your vote and for your support on May 6th. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Our guest has been Andrew McNeil. He is running for U.S. Congress on the Republican ticket in the primary. Remember, you can be voting now, but make sure that if you don't, you do vote on May 6th. Thank you, Mr. McNeil, for being with us. Thank you for watching WJTS Inform. We are local people watching local people.